Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing and doing 3 looks with the LunarSkies Cosmetics Moon Palettes. So this look I did today with the blue and yellow one. This is not one of the tutorials that I'm doing in this video. I have a tutorial with the green one, the purple one, and the blue one. And my yellow tutorial is with the initial video where I swatched all of the palettes. So I will put that video up in the iCard so you can check it out. And then today we're going to do 3 looks. Before I go over all of the palettes, I do have a giveaway winner for my spring giveaway, and it is Holly Frank. So Holly, congratulations. Make sure that you send me your address so I can send that to you. It might be a week or 2 before I get to the post office, but it will be on its way to you. Thank you to all of you guys for being here and watching and subscribing and liking. I am so grateful for all of you. I think Monday of next week, so make sure you've got your notifications on. I am going to have a stay at home giveaway, and I tried to put something of every kind of step of makeup in there for you guys, so be sure that you check that out. Before I get into these looks, I am going to review these 4 palettes for you. Overall, I am extremely happy with the purchase. If I had been able to use them before I purchased them, I would have still purchased them. I think they are beautiful, unique shades for the most part. I'm going to get into everything specifically with these so you can decide if it's for you or not. But overall, I'm incredibly happy with my purchase. I did buy these in a bundle, so they were $55 for all 4 of them. On their own, each one is $15. LunarSkies Cosmetics is a smaller indie brand, although they have been growing very fast since they launched these palettes, which makes me really excited for a brand. I know she sold out of them, I think in maybe the first 2 weeks, but I do believe they are restocking them. With everything going on, it might be a little longer before they get them all restocked. I want to start with the Cobalt Moon palette. I am wearing the Cobalt Moon today. Here is what it looks like. After using this one, I really do wish there was one more blue darker shade. I wish one of these glitters was taken out. I think I would have taken out this Proteus. When I was doing both of my blue looks, I kept on opening the palette wanting a different kind of blue shade in there, and there just isn't one. You have some grains in here, which I do like that it's not a completely blue palette, but if you're buying this palette to have a monochromatic blue palette, this is the only blues you're gonna have, I think you might be missing some blue in there. That being said, this is not my only blue. I also have the Blue Moon palette, and these make the perfect pair. You can see that they are totally different shades from each other. The shimmers are different, the mattes are different. I would say that I like the ColourPop one better for my preference, just because this does have the 2 glitter shades on it, and I'm not the biggest fan of glitter shades, and I could obviously pull a black from a different palette, but I do think that they are nice quality. I think they blend together really well. I'll talk about the glitter shades when I talk about the Emerald palette, but this was probably my least favorite of the 4 in terms of the color story, but maybe this is a color story that you really like. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Amethyst Moon palette. This one I thought was going to be my least favorite of the 4 because I already own so much purple, and I just thought I was going to be, and I thought I might be a little uninspired by it. The exact opposite was true. I love this. I love that it has some pink tones in it. You've got a good variety of light to dark purple shades. You've got a lighter and a darker purple shimmer. For me, with all of these palettes, I would prefer not to have the glitter shade in there because in general, I don't really use a glitter shade that often. So I don't really need to have a palette with a glitter shade in it, but that's just my personal preference. But other than that, I really enjoyed this purple palette. I want to say when we swatched this one, these 2 lighter shades were a little harder to swatch, and I had to build them up a little bit more. The same is not true when using them on the eyes. They are pigmented, they blend really nice together. So this one I really enjoyed. The next 2 are my favorite 2 of the palette. I think these color stories are just beautiful. This is the Flower Moon. So today I've got on Delilah on the outer V part, and on the first crease and lower lash line I've got Daffodil. And these, this is like one of my favorite shades of all times. This is a peach shimmer shade, and it is so beautiful. I've got a peach shimmer shade from ColourPop. The pigment and the tone are just so amazing in this shade. The only color in here that I'm not the biggest fan of is this one, Marigold. It doesn't have like the most pigment to it, but it is a lighter shade. I just probably am not going to get that much use out of it. You really have to build it up if you want to use it on the eye. But other than that, these 2 here I'm just going to end up swatching this whole palette for you. These two neon shades. Oh my goodness. This one is like a neon peach and this one is a neon yellow shade, and they are so beautiful. The neon formula in this, I would say the best neon formula I've used. I haven't used a ton of neons, but the ones I have, they just don't perform like these do. So I was very impressed with the neon ones. Again, I could do without the gold glitter. And the same with the blue palette as with this palette. You've got a gold shimmer and a gold glitter, and you've got a royal blue glitter and shimmer in the Cobalt palette. And I think for this one, I would have preferred a yellow shimmer in here. So see, this one just looks more gold. And I would have preferred a less of a gold tone and more of a yellow tone to that, since we've already got the gold glitter. Not that I'm going to be using the gold glitter a ton. I really like this shade Yarrow here to give some highlight to the look. But you can tell I love this palette. The next one is the Emerald Moon palette. I don't know between these two which one I like better. But this lime green is like the most amazing lime green. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. I said before I would have preferred some kind of grass green shimmer in this palette instead of having these pretty close to each other matte shades. They all do have different tones. So this is more true green. This has got, this is like a lighter turquoise, I think. And that's got some more blue tone to it and it's deeper, but overall those are very similar. So I would have preferred another shimmer shade in this palette of a green tone. So here's where I'm going to talk about the glitter formula. I used the glitter formula in my green look, and it's probably one of the best glitter formulas I've ever used. It went on very opaque. I put some glitter glue down and I used a thin, longer brush for it. And it was very easy to apply. I didn't have fallout with it, only transferred a very tiny bit. And when I'm doing the green glitter one, I will put a picture in the corner. I don't explain this when I'm doing it. I'll put a picture in the corner of the transfer so you can see just a very tiny amount of transfer. I took that at the end of the day. Very hard to remove, which in my opinion is a really good thing, because the ones that are easier to remove are the ones you're going to have fallout throughout the day. So throughout the day, I did not have any glitter fallout on my face. And the ones that have been easier to move, you end up getting glitter fallout on your face throughout the day, because as you're blinking, it starts to separate, and that's where you're getting that glitter fallout. So I was very appreciative of that. I did need to go in with a cleansing balm. Most of it came off with the eye makeup remover, but I felt like the cleansing balm just helped really get any of that binding material that was left that's in this glitter shade off my eyes. Very happy with this palette as well. These two I would absolutely purchase again. In my opinion, if I had to pick one or two, it would be these two right here. These were my favorite in here. These two I will continue to use. I will probably reach for this more than the Cobalt blue one. And if I had to pick one that I would not get, it would be the Cobalt blue one. Mostly because I'm going to get the least out of it, and I'm going to use, I'm only going to end up using really 6 shades from this palette. So those are my thoughts and review on these 4 palettes. Now let's get into look number 1, which is either the blue or purple one. So I am going to be starting with the Cobalt Moon palette. So here is what the palette looks like. I absolutely know I want to use Kmar, I think it is, on the lid. That was so beautiful when we swatched it, and I want to see how these 2 blues apply on the lids. So for sure we're using those 3, and I may pull something in from the Amethyst Moon palette. We'll see. I did want to let you guys know, because I do like this lip. This is Bon Appetit from Glamlight. It's one of their liquid lipsticks. I think they're pretty comfortable to wear, and I just love this color. I do like a more peachy kind of coral shade when I have blue shadows, so I thought I would use this one today. So to start off, I'm going to start with Morocco in the transition area. And I've got a Sigma diffuse crease brush. This is an E38. Oh my goodness, that applies so nice. Do you see that pigment in just one wash of that color? I don't think I want this any deeper, but I am just going to build up in the crease a bit so you guys can see how this shade builds. So look how nice that shade will build up. That is really pretty. But I do just want to kind of blend this out into the transition area a bit. So I thought while I'm filming for the next couple weeks, I might just share a little bit about what is different in my life because of the COVID-19. And not to perpetuate anything, just to kind of share with you how my life is changing a bit because of it. Now, granted, it is not changing in any means like some people's lives are. So I do want to say that, and I'm not going to speak on any knowledge about the virus because I don't know anything. I don't know. I would love to hear how it's impacting other people's lives because I know we're all impacted so differently that I thought I would share just a little bit about how we are impacted. Obviously, my husband's working from home. He's a web developer, so he can do that from home, thankfully. I'm going to mix Bader and Triton together for the outer V, and then I'll kind of see what I want to bring into that crease area. Currently, this is, I'll tell you what day this is because you'll actually see a couple of different days in this video. This is the 22nd, so this is a Sunday. I think I might need to put a little more of this Bader shade down before I put the black in. So this is the 20-something. I think it's the 22nd. We have actually all been sick. I don't know what it is. It's either a flu or a cold. I'm kind of wondering if it's the flu because we all got the flu in February. You guys probably saw a gap in my uploading. Mine was really bad, but after that, I went and got us the flu shots. My husband does not get the flu shot. Maybe he will next year after seeing how quickly we recovered. And it has impacted us less, and we've recovered from it a little more quickly. Now, I still do not feel well, and I know my kids kind of get run down really fast still, but you know, that flu is so nasty. That looks nice, I think. And it just takes a really long time to recover from, and my daughter, when she had it last time, and me, our legs were in so much pain, and that has come back again. So I just wonder if we got it again. It was going around our school really bad. I haven't left my house in over a week, but he has been to get groceries this week. So maybe he also picked something else up that impacted his immune system a little bit. I think all I want to do, this might be a simple look, is take Bader and put it in the inner corner here. I love doing shadows like this now. And just giving this little bit of pop here. This is a Sigma Shader Crease Brush E47. So I'm going to take this royal blue shade, Kmar, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. I think I need to work on sharing while I do my makeup. Maybe this will be a good time for me to start learning about that. Anyways, besides us being sick, I'm not hating my time. Slowed down with my children, enjoying them. I'm catching up on a lot of cleaning as well and organizing. That being said, change, quick change, I am not the best with. And it doesn't have anything to do with what the change is, whether it's good or bad. I functionally or mentally, or however you want to say it, tend to shut down. This is like my biggest mode of communication right now, is filming these videos. I really do better talking to people in person than like on the phone or on a Zoom call or something like that. Oh my gosh, that shade is so beautiful. So mentally is probably the biggest struggle for me right now. And I think that's where a lot of us are. But if we just stay put where we are, that's the less time that we're gonna have to be stayed put where we are. Now, I also have a small business, so I'm also a little worried about that because not a lot of people are buying the kinds of products that I sell. So that's also a change for me, and obviously a monetary change. So that is going to impact us somewhat, but thankfully my husband is able to work from home still. So we're very grateful for that. What happened here? I feel like I lost some of the blue on my transition area. Let me go back in with that. Did you see that? It kind of got bluish green, or maybe because that royal blue is so blue that together that when it's up against a blue with just even a little more green to it, it really makes it show. So I'm taking a little bit of Morocco and trying to bring a little bit of blue back to here, and then I'm going to take some more of Bader, that was like the mid-tone blue shade, and bring some more and blend these right where they meet. I think I might put this on the lower lash line, and I'll just kind of bring some more green to it since I'm kind of getting that green above. And then I'm going to put Prance in the waterline to pull some of that blue back into the lower lash line. So yeah, like my personality, I am by nature a homebody. I love to be at home. I love to just hang out with my kids and do things with them and plan crafts for them. But I thrive when I'm around other people and serving other people. And it's, yeah, right? I can't really do that right now. and just loving on other people and pouring into them. That's probably the biggest thing for me. And then the longer I'm away from that, the harder it is for me to get back into it. So that's my biggest worry right now. Now I say that, please remember that. That's my biggest worry for myself right now. I would say health-wise. That looks really good with Prance. Okay, guys, I am so sorry. This was so hard to follow. Hopefully when I edited it, it doesn't sound like it sounds when I'm filming it. It's all over the place when I'm filming it. Ooh, this one's hard to dust away. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm testing out the Shape Tape next to the Boing Benefit new one. So I didn't set my under eye today because I wanted to test how they looked without it set and if they dried down. But now because I didn't set it, I'm going to need to go and wipe it up and redo it. I think I'm going to leave it here. Let me go ahead and fix the bottom. I'm going to do a tight line black wing liner mascara and then be back to show you the final look. So as I'm looking at this eye look, I mean, it's really pretty and I think the shadows performed really well on the eyes, but I'm thinking these two palettes would be such a good complement to each other. You've got the inner corner highlight here, you've got some blues that are a little more blue, and then you've got some deeper blues down here. So I think I am going to take Clued In and just kind of pop it right here. I don't know that you need it. And then I do want to take this shade Illumi and use this as the inner corner highlight. So I was going to tell you what I have gotten done this week. And here's the thing. I totally understand because I just feel like someone's going to take this the wrong way and say, you know, like this is serious. I know this is serious. I am immunocompromised. If you guys have followed me on YouTube, you know the things I've been through and how sick I am all the time. So I understand that, but I also think that focusing on the positives and keeping focused on that is way better than focusing on the bad. So I am just going to be focusing on the positive things here for the most part and giving you guys an update. So here is the final look. I think it's so beautiful. So what I've gotten done so far, you guys, I am like almost caught up on laundry. I have the laundry done and there's not a full basket waiting to be done. I'm like, this is great. Like the kids are in their pajamas all day. I have a lot less laundry to do. It feels a little accomplished, you know? I redid my countertop. So if you follow me on Instagram stories, I have painted countertops. So I use the Gianni system to paint my countertops, but some places were getting scuffed off. So I repainted those. They are almost done. They're just finishing drying. Have I done anything else yet? I've got my kids set up for e-learning and we're on kind of a system for the day. Not anything serious. I'm just not going to be about that right now. But I know some people are taking the e-learning thing real serious. I used to be a special education teacher, so I know the amount of learning that can happen just through daily life, and we're focusing on that a little bit, and then adding in some different e-learning things that teachers have set up. So I'm just trying to get done with what I can right now while I can't go out, so then once we can go out again, I'll feel more accomplished. Okay, so this is look number 1. Let's get into look number 2. So today I'm going to be using the Amethyst Moon palette. Here is what the inside looks like. I have played with this already once, and I will say from the swatches I did in that swatch video, these two lighter purple shades do apply better on the eye than they swatched. Today I'm going to start with Amethystos, which is this little bit deeper, but still kind of a mid-tone purple shade with a little bit of a red to it. And I am going to put this in the outer V area. I mean, you can see that is just like one pat of it, and that's really pigmented. I might bring that up a little bit too, but maybe not. So what have we been up to the past day? So I am filming this the day after I filmed the blue one. I still am not feeling really well, but I did take a shower today, so there's that. Okay, so there's that one. You can see that is just, it's just so beautiful, guys. That is just such a pretty color. It reminds me kind of the grape shade from Coastal Scents, but obviously so much more pigmented. That grape shade leaves so much to be desired. I think I'm going to make this a little bit pink too. So these shades here have a little bit more pink tone to them. I'm going to start with Quartz in the crease. And I'm taking this on a Sigma Detailed Blending E27 brush. The other brush I used was actually a Coastal Scents brush, SO6. So my kids also were pretty sure have ear infections. My littlest one, she's 4, and she has already had 2 sets of tubes. Like, her ears are just horrible, and she still gets ear infections with them. But I guess they drain better than they would have, apparently. But she just had an ear infection like a couple weeks ago, and I was cleaning her ears out. And when I clean her ears out, I always look in there with like a bright flashlight, and I can see the tubes just to see how it looks. And it did look a little rough in there, and she, like, I could barely even put the Q-tip in her ear without her screaming that it hurt. Next, I'm going to go in with Amethyst, which is this, it's kind of like a hot pink magenta shade. I think the doctor would let me just call in and prescribe it just with what her history is and me kind of knowing what her symptoms are like. Just going out with my history of illness and my immune system, I just don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be around anyone right now until we start to see a decrease in everything, and I think that's probably the safest thing for me. So I'm just taking Amethyst on this little Sigma brush. This is a shader crease E47, and just kind of popping this on the inner part here, so making a bit of a gradient with those other shades. And then I am going to go back in with Quartz and build it up just a little bit right here. What else is going on? My husband's on split shift right now. He's working at home, but I think I said this in the blue look. He's a web developer, so everyone he works with is on the computer. So they have to split the shifts for internet usage purposes. So I am filming on his break-ish, I guess. I'm popping this lavender color just right above those shades, or right below the brow bone, just to kind of soften up this edge here. Kind of right on top of those shades. Just softening that up a little bit. I think we're going to use every shade but the glitter shade in this. For the lower lash line, I'm going to do a combination of violet and gem. I'm going to start with violet on the outer part and pull it in with gem. And then on the lid, we're going to go in with opal and lavender. All right, so I'm starting with violet. So this is technically my kid's spring break. I think I'm going to pull violet just out a little bit here. And then when I do my wing liner, I'll match it to the top of where this purple is. Now I'm going to go in with gem. I'm going to bring this all the way to the inner corner, and then I'm going to bring it out to under that darker purple, but not up to where this purple is. So just really blowing out that lower lash line. And then I'm going to take opal, which is the darker shimmer shade, and I'm going to put that on the majority of the lid, and then crystal, which is the lighter purple shimmer, on the inner corner, and pull it in just a little bit. Ooh, that is pretty. I'm going to go in with Amethyst, which is the one I used on the outer V, and just blend these together a little bit here. Now I'm going to go in with Crystal, which is this lighter purple shade, and that is going to go, I'm going to do a couple things with this purple shade, I think. The first thing I'm going to do is pop it on the inner corner and bring it into that darker purple shade. And down a little bit into the lower lash line. I feel like if this was a neutral look, it would be a very editorial look because it's so blown out, but I am loving it. So the other thing I want to do with that lighter purple shade is just bring a little bit of lightness right to the upper lash line. So I'm just kind of popping a little bit onto here, not so you can tell, but that so there's just a little brightness. So you can see the difference between this two. It just gives a little bit of brightness to this one. And that's just like right above where the eyeball is, right on that lash line. So I think I'm going to put Boots on the waterline today. Both of my ColourPop purple gel liners are dried out. So they announced yesterday, which totally understandable, they have put a halt on things because their production site is in California. And obviously they have got some different guidelines out there in California because of the number of cases. You know what? That pink looks really good there. I have been waiting for a ColourPop sale. My guess is there's not going to be one in a long time. And they even said, like, if you place an order that you're waiting on, you can submit for a refund because they don't know when they'll be able to get things out to people. Before I do wing liner, I'm just going to go in with the brush that I use this for and bring this shade all the way to where that purple shade is. Just really get that shape I want right here. I am going to pop on some wing liner, mascara, black tightline, pick out a lipstick, and be back to show you guys the look. Here's the final look. I am loving it. I love a red lip with a purple or pink eye. I think it looks really cool. I am going to pop a little bit of highlighter in the inner corner. This is my Aurora Glow Kit from ABH, and I'm going to take a Luna, which is kind of like a pinky shifting one. I'm just going to take this on a little pencil brush, and I am going to spray it just a little bit so I don't get any fallout, and it shines right on my inner corner. So here's the final look with the Amethyst Moon palette. I have to say this was the one I was least excited to get, and just because I own so many purple eyeshadows already, but I have to say these all performed really nice on the lids. Very happy with the palette. Let's move on to the Emerald Moon palette. The last palette I'm going to be doing a look with is the Emerald Moon palette. I absolutely love this color story. It is so pretty with the greens. I love that pop of lime green and then this yellowy lime matte that is in here. So I'm going to be using these greens today. I'm going to start with this deepest one, Blanche, in the outer V. I'm going to use this Insta Stop shade brush from Real Techniques for this outer V. And I just want to start by packing it on this outer area. So I'm going to be doing a turquoise lime look today. I love turquoise and lime together, or teal and lime. I think those colors just go really good together. So that was just one application of that deep teal shade, and I think that applied really nicely. I'm just going to build this up a little bit. And that's all I'm going to do for right there. So I've done a lot of the looks where they're monochromatic going inward. I'm going to kind of swap it out a little bit for this one. So I want my lime green on the inside of my eye. Oh, I really need to wash my eye brushes. I mean, I have plenty of time to do that, right? So whenever I put a color on this inner part, just because I want to make sure it's exactly where I want it and it doesn't get into the inner crease or too far somewhere in this part, I use my Shader Crease E47 from Sigma. It's just the perfect little brush to use. I totally forgot I'm supposed to be updating you guys in this video about what we're up to. So today is Thursday, so pretty much the same. My husband went today to get just a few things from the store. He thought going before Friday would be a good option for, you know, being around less people. But just like some bread and milk, there's still no toilet paper at our store. They told him that like as soon as it comes in, it's gone. So they're restocking it. It's just not staying on the shelves. We do have enough to last us, you know, till the next grocery store run or so. When the first round of stay-at-home started, gosh, it would have been almost 2 weeks ago. It's been almost 2 weeks since I've left the house. Yeah, I was able to find one of the big toilet paper packs, so we'll be good. But you know, if we never get there when it's restocked, then we might not be good. I find 1 and 2s in the bathroom sometime with no toilet paper, so I'm sure my kids will survive just fine. All right, so I'm bringing this lime green up to where it meets with the teal. But you can see I didn't put anything right here, and I'm going to go in with a lighter color right there. Look how beautiful these colors are. I think I'm going to take this shade right here. This is the lightest of the turquoise ones in here. So I'm just taking a little bit of that on this detail blending brush E27 from Sigma. Now I'm not gonna lie, we are definitely starting to get a little stir crazy, and by stir crazy I mean like I don't know how much more of this I can handle. Oh, everything's just getting really monotonous now, you know. They did get to go outside a little bit yesterday because it was a little warmer, and today's supposed to be a little warmer, so hopefully they'll get to go outside and get some of that energy off. But overall, we're doing very good. That's pretty much the update for us, you know, the same old, same old. I would guess a lot of people have that update. So next I'm going to take Paris, which is this really light shade here. When I do the monochromatic looks, I always end the inside with a cream or white shade, depending on what the other colors are. So for this one, I'm going to take Paris, and that's going to go between the lime green and the turquoise, and just kind of give a little color and blending to this center part right here. I don't want it to be too pigmented on that area. I just want it to be a very light wash of color. Now for the lower lash line, I am going to use the deep teal shade that we used and the lime green shade that we used and mimic those colors on the lower lash line from the upper lid. So I'm going to stamp this teal one on here, kind of smudge it out a little bit lower. And then I'm going to take the lime green, and this one here is just a ColourPop E5 brush. So it's just got a little point to it. This is not a brush that I like pick up all the time, but I use it sometimes for the lower lash line. That's the only thing about the brushes that have the numbers and no name. I wish it would say on here what the name of this brush is. I just think this is such a pretty color combo on the eyes. This is probably my favorite look I've done so far with these Moon palettes. I did really love the yellow one that I did in the first video, and the other ones were really pretty, and I love blues and purples, but my goodness, this color combo is just gorgeous. And all of these shadows performed really well. Definitely Paris. I would say it's a less pigmented shade, a little bit more powdery than the other one, but for this look I did today, it worked really well with. I am going to put some glitter on, and I'm actually going to wear it throughout the day. So the review is going to be after I've worn this and probably tried some of these palettes together. So I am going to be filming my new makeup releases that went up Sunday right now. So I'm going to finish the eye look, but then I'll come back after I do that video and put some glitter on so we can see how the glitter applies. And then in my review part, I will update you on the glitter. So for the wing today, I am going to use this Midnight Chaos from NYX. It is in teal. And I'm only going to use this side. So this side is the liner part. The other side is a metallic topper, and I don't want any kind of metallic or shimmer anything on my eye today, so I'm just going to use this. I'm going to do a black tight line, some mascara, and then be back for some gel liner. So for the teal liner, I just took it from the wing to about where that teal stops on the lid, so you can see it's more of a half wing. And then for the waterline, I used this Ulta gel liner in Peacock, and when I did this part, I kind of moved it up a little bit beyond the waterline so it blends into where that wing is at. I think that gives a little more brightness to the inner corner, not having that wing go all the way around, but then you still got it connecting it and looking cohesive by using that gel liner to bring it in. I'm going to use two colors for my waterline today. I have got the ColourPop Electric Daisy, and oh my gosh, what is this one? I can never remember what this one's called, and it's no longer on there. It's the turquoise one. What is that called? This turquoise one is going to go on the outer part of the lower lash line. Then Electric Daisy is going to go on the inner part. So just matching those up on the upper lid and the lower lash line. I don't know what I'm going to do when my neon liners run out because they are some of my favorite ColourPop liners. They're not like to purchase singly anymore on the website the last time that I looked. Just going to put a little bit more of the eyeshadow of these colors. And I'm going to pop some lashes on today. I think any kind of lash would look good with this, especially one that has like a winged out look. So I am going to use these Pure Pro 3D lashes from Pure Cosmetics. These are in Socialite, but they have that kind of winged lash to them. I don't think I've ever used these before, so I may need to clip these a little bit. But I'm going to pop these on and be back to show you guys the final look. Alright guys, I'm back with the final look, and I am quite loving this look. I do like these lashes. I still think I like the ColourPop Dame lashes a little bit better. They're a little bit easier to use, but this was the first time using them. So maybe after I use them a couple of times, they'll get a little easier and the band will get more used to my eye shape. I put on the Velvet Luxe lipstick from ColourPop in Room Service. I'm kind of loving how this looks on my lips right now. I've been really making sure to take care of my lips at night to make sure I don't have dry patches on them, so that also helps the lipstick lay a little nicer as well. Editing me is back. I totally forgot that I was going to pop some of this glitter on, and I do want to show you guys how it applies. So I am taking a little bit of my NYX glitter glue, and this is a Sigma inner corner brush, and I am going to pop this just right in here. I'm just going to put it where we put that lighter shade. Then I'm going to go in with the glitter shade on the same brush. Ooh. I picked this brush because it's a little thinner and it's longer. So it's going to help me pull that glitter across the lid, but it's also going to help me be precise since I already have my eye look finished. You guys, that is nice. That is really opaque. I'm going to kind of try to pat right here to blend it off. Oh my gosh, guys, that is so pretty. Let me go ahead and finish this other eye. I think that looks really good. It applied really easily, so I am going to wear this throughout the day. So when I give my review update, and I'll try to insert a picture in my review section of how it looked throughout the day as well. So this is our final look. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the look. I hope you guys are doing very well and staying safe in your home. I'm so grateful for you guys that you join me every day. Please do consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.